So today I'm going to be covering the top 10 crossover courses in Mario Kart. Now before we start, I do want to mention a couple things. First off, in order to qualify for a crossover course, it has to have a strong reference to something outside of the Super Mario franchise. Basically, the course has to revolve around something that is not Super Mario. So, Super Bell Subway does not count as a crossover course, even though it does strongly reference Super Mario 3D World. Another thing I want to mention is that this is just my opinion, and if you disagree, then you can tell me in the comments section below. Luigi's Mansion. Now, I do want to point out, I did specifically say that it can't cross over with a Super Mario game. This doesn't. It crosses over with a Luigi game. And yes, there is a difference. So, this course is pretty unique, and you may be surprised that I'm putting it in the number 10 spot, but to be honest, there's not much going for it, apart from, obviously, the mansion theme. However, I still do enjoy the course. Woohoo Loop is actually a really unique course, because it's the first one to not loop in laps. Every single lap is different on this course. Now, this course crosses over with the Wii Sports franchise, and then the way that they made this course is really creative, because they took Woohoo Island from Wii Sports Resort and transformed it into a Mario Kart course, which honestly wasn't that hard, but was a brilliant idea. I think that just the overall atmosphere of it is very nice, and I kind of want to see one of these courses return into Mario Kart 9, because this course in HD graphics would look very nice. Yes, Yoshi Circuit does technically count as a crossover course. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking that it probably doesn't, but just hear me out. I think the reason why it counts as a crossover course is because you can see the Yoshi copter in the background. And there's a picture of Birdo, and several references to Yoshi's Island. So, I definitely think it's more Yoshi than Super Mario, because there's not actually a whole lot of Super Mario stuff going on. And even though there are Piranha Plants have been in Yoshi's Island and Yoshi's Island ES, so that's expected. As for the rest of the course, it's very unique to see a course shaped like a Super Mario character. So, I think this course really had a lot going for it, and that's why I decided to put it in the number 8 spot. So, even though this course is just a giant oval, it's still fun to play on, no doubt. And one of the main reasons is, it never is the same course twice. It's like the Super Mario Maker stage in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U. The course always changes. I remember in an interview with Miyamoto, I believe he said there are over 270 variations of the course, and it will be pick a different one each time you play. So unless you play Mario Kart 8 24/7 and only play Excite Bike Arena, you're probably not going to see the same course twice, which is why I think this course is so unique. Another thing I want to mention, I really like how they gave some attention to Excite Bike. Because, to be honest, I think that Excite Bike needs a little more attention, and I kind of want to see the Excite Bike Racer in Super Smash Bros. 5. Now, again, yes, this course does count as a crossover. Now, this one's actually specifically because Donkey Kong had his own franchise before he entered Super Mario. So, Decayed Jungle is actually a very good course, and I think it's better than most DK courses we've seen. Because the music that plays is actually from Donkey Kong Country, just sped up a little bit. I think that this course had a lot of very creative parts, and it was one of the better courses that we saw in Mario Kart 7. It was sort of weird to see it return so soon into Mario Kart 8, but I think that what they did with the anti-gravity was actually pretty creative, and what they did with the rest of the course really made it look better, especially with the HD graphics. The gliding section is especially fun, because you have the option of just gliding as you would, or if you want, you can go and swim in the water. Now there is a shortcut that you may need a mushroom to access, but to be honest, if you're going fast enough, you don't really need a mushroom. And you can just glide over the entire section that may actually cause you to slow down because of your airtime. Earlier I talked about Woohoo Loop, but I think that Maka Woohoo is even better because you can see more of Woohoo Island and you get very close to the mountain. Especially the end where you just go gliding for, what, like 20 seconds straight. I think that part was brilliant, and it really fit with the course because you gotta drive all the way up the mountain and then glide all the way back down. I think Maka Woohoo is actually a better looking course simply because it's at sunset instead of during the day. Now I do think that this course is a lot cooler because you actually get to go on the mountain as opposed to just around it. So that's why I think it's more unique than Woohoo Loop. Mario Kart 8 was the perfect Mario Kart game to start getting F-Zero tracks, simply because anti-gravity was introduced, and in F-Zero, the cars never touched the ground, because they're more of hover ships. So Mute City was the obvious choice to add, because it's the most well-known F-Zero course out there. I do think that what they did with the course was very nice, however it did seem a little confusing, but that's expected because F-Zero is a very windy game, and there's a lot of confusing parts to the courses. As for the course itself, it definitely seems like a very unique course, and I think everything they did with it, especially the nod at the end with Captain Falcon saying, "Show me your moves," was very precisely added, and I think they did a very good job with the course. You can see that with the attention to detail, they weren't fooling around with this course. They really wanted to make a really good course, and I think that they did. So this track was in my top 10 snowy courses, and it's in my top 10 crossover courses. I think that Animal Crossing is a great track, and I made this point in my other top 10, but I'm going to make it again. The track has 4 different variations. Now, if Nintendo really wanted to, they could have just made 4 different tracks, but they decided to make it all one track so they had room for 3 other tracks, and I think that was an amazing decision, because if they hadn't done that, we may not get Cheeseland or Ribbon Road or some of the tracks we were hoping for. So, the track itself is very unique, and even though the title to the track may not be that unique, there was really nothing they could do about that. I think that having all of the Animal Crossing characters on the side of the road was a nice touch, and you could really see all the little attention to detail that they added into this track, from the road itself to the trees and even the fruit that lands on the ground, and especially the balloons with the item boxes attached. I also think another really cool thing that they added was instead of collecting coins, you would actually collect bells, and you would have the little symbol for a bell bag down where your coin counter should be. I think that was a really nice touch, and they just paid attention to a lot of the little details that Animal Crossing had. And I am counting all 4 versions for this slot, because it's one course anyway. A Legend of Zelda course in Mario Kart. I think that this concept was brilliant, and I kind of want to see it again. I think next time they could do Gerudo Valley, and I think that would be really cool. But as for Hyrule Circuit, everything they did in this course was very precise, and everything made sense. You'd start out by driving through Hyrule Fields, and then you could take a glider straight into the castle itself. And when you were drifting down the stairs, you could actually hit 3 switches. If you hit all 3 of them, you would open up a small ramp to trick off of, so you could cut straight through the course instead of actually having to go around the place where the sword was. I think everything they added into this track was very detailed, similar to all the other tracks on the list, but they really took the detail to an even grander scale on this one, just because it seemed much more like a Legend of Zelda game than a Mario Kart game, especially since the Piranha Plants were replaced with Deku Bombs. I think that this course was a brilliant idea, and it probably should have been added earlier, but now that we have it, I kind of want to see more courses like this. So, Big Blue. Apart from the music being insanely fantastic, the course itself is amazing. Like I said with Woohoo Loop and Maka Woohoo, the laps do not repeat in this course. It's the 6th one to do so, and it does it the best out of all of them in my opinion. I think that everything about this course was amazing, and to be honest, this course made a lot of sense. It is the 2nd most popular course in F-Zero, and so it would have made sense to add it into Mario Kart. Especially since this course emphasized the spaceship use in F-Zero a lot more than Mute City did. Because in Mute City, in F-Zero, you could have gone through that entire course just on a go-kart. But in Big Blue, there's no way you could have pulled it off. Which is why I think it's awesome that they put you in anti-gravity mode the entire time. Another cool thing is just looking at the track from a different perspective shows you exactly the angles you are driving at, and it actually shows you how insane all the different curves of the track are. I think that every single part of the track was amazingly added, and if you ever play this track on 200cc, you're going faster than you ever would have in any Mario Kart game. So, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.